media briefing today, the Mayor of Kaduwela, G.H. Buddhadasa, called for the law to be enforced with regard to allegations that have been raised against former Minister Wimal Weerawansa.
Wimal Weerawansa කියන හිටපු ඇමතිවරයාගේ විරිය සහ ඔහුගේ දරුවන්ගේ උපන්න සහතික කූට අන්දමට වෙනස් කරලා තියෙනවා.
The former minister, known as Wimal Weerawansa, had forged the birth certificates of his wife and children. This has not been done the usual way. It has been done in order to secure a diplomatic passport. The first factor here is that his wife is older than him. Wimal Weerawansa has forged the documents to show that his wife is far younger and has increased his own age. If an ordinary person had done this, he would have been arrested, produced in court and punished. Even Tissatha Nayaka was arrested for forging documents. Since Tissatha Nayaka was arrested for forging documents, I ask whether this does not apply to Wimal Weerawansa and his wife.
The mayor also reminisced on hardships faced in the recent past.
My procession was supposed to go through Kaduwela, but Wimal Weerawansa stopped it and his henchmen were allowed to go on procession instead. The SSP in Nugegoda, Deshabandhu Tennakon, was the one who provided protection for them. I filed a case against it and received a verdict that Wimal Weerawansa and SSP Deshabandhu Tennakon had violated election laws. I referred that verdict to the Inspector General of Police and the Attorney General and asked for a speedy investigation. Wimal Weerawansa was asked to appear 7 or 8 times, but he did not heed any of those summons. He did not take any notice of the police. The government at the time did not allow for the law of the courts to be enforced so that I, the mayor, would receive justice.
Furthermore, the mayor of Kaduwela expressed his pleasure at the prospect of former Minister Wimal Weerawansa's house in Hokandara being subject to the mansion tax.
I was the one who approved the plans for the 2 homes in Hokandara. These will now be subject to the mansion tax.
Today is Nawam Full Moon Poya Day. Buddhists across the island celebrate many significant events of the Buddhist calendar that took place on this day.
The appointment of the 2 chief disciples of Gautama Buddha as Agra Shravakas, namely Sariputta and Mugalan, took place on a Navam Full Moon Poya Day like today. Incidentally, it is on a Navam Full Moon Poya Day that the Buddha proclaimed for the first time a code of fundamental ethical precepts for the monks. It is on a Navam Full Moon Poya Day that Lord Buddha announced that within 3 months his Parinibbana would take place. Meanwhile, an all-night Pirith chanting ceremony in lieu of the 67th Independence Day celebrations took place at Independence Square, Colombo yesterday. The ceremony, organized jointly by the Ministry of Buddha Sasana and the Department of Buddhist Affairs, took place under the auspices of the Chief Prelate of the Ramanya chapter, the Most Venerable Napane Premasiri Thero. Meanwhile, the 37th Navam Mahaperahara, organized by the Hunupitiya Gangarama Temple in Colombo, will take place today. The Navam Mahaperahara takes to the streets on a day like this as a religious offering to Lord Buddha. So on this blessed Poya Day, let us keep our words and deeds calm and adhere to our faith. Let us make an effort to cleanse our bodies from within.
The police headquarters note that around 3,000 police officers will be deployed for tomorrow's Independence Day celebrations. Police media spokesperson SSP Arjit Rohana noted that these police officers will be deployed to ensure security and keep traffic in order in the area.
Now, the Ministry of Defence notes that around 5,000 soldiers will take part in tomorrow's celebrations. Meanwhile, the Minister of Home Affairs, Joseph Michael Pereira, noted that school children will not take part in this year's Independence Day celebrations.
Meanwhile, police headquarters says that several roads around the Parliament will be closed between 6 a.m. to 11 a.m. tomorrow in view of the Independence Day celebrations.
Around 3,000 police officers will be deployed for security at the Independence Day celebrations tomorrow. This includes security for VIPs. At the same time, the SDF will provide security at the perimeter. Traffic police will control the flow of traffic. Several roads will be closed between 6 a.m. and 11 a.m. tomorrow. This includes the Japan-Sri Lanka Friendship Road, Denzel Kobbe-Kaduwa Mawatha, Parliament Road and the Palawatta Road. Passengers on the 167 bus route will not be affected. However, other motorists must use alternate routes. We also call on invitees to the celebrations to arrive early so as to prevent any inconvenience.
Former President Mahinda Rajapaksa participated at a Dhamma Deshanava at Carlton House in Tangol today. The former president, together with his family, were in attendance when the Venerable Omare Kassapathera delivered the sermon. Subsequently, former President Mahinda Rajapaksa held discussions with those gathered at Carlton House.
Minister of Housing and Samurdhi Sajid Premadasa says that the money that was lost as a result of corrupt deals could have been used to provide benefits for Samurdhi beneficiaries. He made this remark at an event held in Julampitiya yesterday. The event was organised to welcome the newly appointed minister. A motorcade accompanied the Minister of Housing and Samurdhi together with the Fisheries Minister of State from Veerakatiya to the location of the event.
None of my organisers have been given state property. None of my organisers have been given money from the treasury. That does not mean that they will be protected. They will be given special strength to function, and my fullest support will also be given to them. But I will not use the money of the government for this. Therefore, my friends, I would like to tell you that if the money of the Ministry of Samurdhi and Housing that was thieved and used for corruption in the past was still available, the value of your Samurdhi stamp could be made 50,000.
ඒ මංකොල්ල කාපු සල්ලි ටික ඒ දූෂණයට ලක් කරපු මුදල් ටික අද තිබුණා නම් මිත්‍රවරුනි තමුන්නාන්සලාගේ සමෘද්ධි මුදරේ 50000ක් කරන්න තිබ්බා.
Welcome back. You're with News First. Still in local news this evening, 3 deaths and 8 injuries have been reported during the past 24 hours due to motor accidents that occurred in 3 locations in the country. 2 of the incidents were reported from Mount Lavinia.
A lady police constable was killed in an accident reported from the Kaduna junction along the Mount Lavinia Athidiya main road. Police stated that the accident occurred when a motorbike travelling from Bellanville towards Athidiya collided with another motorbike, which in turn collided with a lorry. The incident had been recorded on a CCTV camera in the vicinity of the scene of the accident. The police added that the deceased lady police constable was attached to the Minihana police station. The husband and 2 children of the deceased police constable who was injured in the accident are currently receiving treatment at the Colombo South Teaching Hospital. The victim, police constable Anuruddhika Fernando, is a 45-year-old mother of 3. Meanwhile, another accident was reported this morning near the Mount Lavinia police station where a bus plying along the road collided onto a bus parked near the police station. Following this, a Herculean effort was undertaken to rescue an individual trapped inside one of the buses. The police media unit meanwhile stated that the condition of the rescued individual who is receiving treatment at the Colombo South Teaching Hospital is not critical. Two people were killed while 5 others were injured in an accident that occurred in Ambalantota, Hambantota. A van which was returning from Kataragama to Kirindivela veered off the road and had collided onto a metal fence. 61-year-old Panagamara Chilage Hemalata and 27-year-old Ruan Madhushankar were pronounced dead following the accident. Meanwhile, the injured have been hospitalized at the Hambantota base hospital.
A strike was commenced today by a group of workers at the Attanagala Pradeshya Sabha claiming that they were assaulted by police officers of the Nittambua police.
The group of workers attempted to stage a protest march from the Attanagala Pradeshya Sabha to the Nittambua town carrying placards this morning, but their attempts were futile. My son works at the Attanagala Pradeshya Sabha. While he was collecting garbage, he found a laptop. Thinking that it was broken, he had gone and shown it to the driver. I don't know what happened after that. They had taken him to the police thinking he had stolen it and had assaulted him. A tense situation arose when a number of officers from the Nitambo police arrived at the location to solve the problem.
The arrest was not made in connection with a garbage truck. If an assault was carried out, it will be investigated.
The chairman of the Athanagala Pradesha Sabha too intervened to solve the problem.
If justice was being meted out, we will be able to see it. Therefore, let us be patient till some justice is done. I request you not to create tensions. Continue carrying out your duties in the usual manner. Let us go see them in the hospital and do whatever we can for them. We know what you do in your profession. We have never tried to disrupt your duties.
The crowd dispersed after they were promised that investigations will be carried out into the matter.
Attorney at Law Upul Jayasuriya has been appointed as the chairman of the Board of Investments of Sri Lanka by President Maithripala Sirisena.
A student of Royal College, Colombo, Upul Jayasuriya joined the Attorney General's Department as a State Counsel in 1978. In 1978, he was also appointed as the first legal advisor of the Greater Colombo Economic Commission, which is the present Board of Investments of Sri Lanka. In 1983, he was awarded the Top Young Outstanding Professional Award under the Entrepreneurship category for converting the Sri Lanka State Trading Tractor Corporation to profit-making venture while serving as its chairman. He has held several company directorates and also founded Asian Finance Limited.